Hello and welcome back to another Classic WoW video. Oh boy, this is a big one, and I haven't been this excited about a gold farm in Classic WoW in a while. Finally, non-mages can start making some decent gold by other means than farming herbs. So this gold farm we are going to cover today takes place in Maraudon, and is technically doable by any class as long as you can kite the boss around. I've seen warlocks and hunters do it by kiting the boss all the way back to the Hydras, and I've seen warriors do it by kiting the boss around the pillar, which requires killing the giants outside first, but being a paladin is by far the best way to do this farm, as you can pretty much farm infinitely, as long as you have the mana to do so. Here's the thing about this farm, and the basics you need to know. Landslide spawns 4 rock elementals every 30 seconds, so 8 mobs per minute. These mobs will automatically die after a minute, so as long as you tag them before they die, you get the loot from them. If you're here as any other class than a paladin, then you want to nuke Landslide down to under 10% health, so he starts moving slower, making it easier for you to kite him. But if you're here as a holy paladin, you just need to stand here in this corner, and tank the damage and out-heal it. At this point your only limit is your mana, and once you hit about 500 mana left, you just pop your shield and run to the reset spot, as you can see on this video. It is very important to pop the shield before trying to reset, otherwise the boss will teleport you to his feet. This is why being a paladin is so good, because it's the only class that can reset the boss here. Other classes have to either find other clever reset spots elsewhere in the dungeon, if any of them exist at all that won't teleport you to the boss's feet, or they have to kill him and reset the dungeon and run back. But for the purpose of this video, we will talk about this from a paladin's perspective. But I just thought I'd mention that this is technically doable by any class, as long as you got the burst damage to burst Landslide down to 10%, then kite him around and also tag the shardlings that he spawns. So as you can see on this paladin, we just stand in this corner, we tank the hits, and we heal ourselves. Some key notes here is to first of all use the Blessing of Light on yourself so you get some extra healing, then use downranked Flash of Light, preferably rank 3 or rank 4. This is to get the most optimal amount of health per mana, while also keeping yourself alive. Next you want to use rank 1 Consecration on the ground, because again, your only goal here is to tag the shardlings. They will automatically die after a minute, so you only need to deal damage to them once. And you're also going to reset Landslide, so damage output is not something you need to worry about. Just put Consecration rank 1 every now and then, and keep yourself alive and you're good. Oh yeah, also make sure you have improved concentration aura. To make it as easy as possible, you also want to have some gear, preferably 5 pieces of tier 2 gear, but this is also doable in tier 1 gear. Alternative items that could make this easier is the Skullflame Shield, and the Demon Forge Breastplate, Uther's Strength, and Force of Will. Really any items that help you stay alive, just be creative. Aside from that, you also want to aim for at least 350 bonus healing, probably closer to 400 if possible. Now I don't think there's any secret why this farm is good, but let's just cover it quickly. First of all, it's instanced, so there's no competition. Also, if you're a paladin, you can also just reset the boss, so you don't even have to go out to reset. You can just stand here and farm until your bags are full. Oh yeah, make sure to clean out your bags, since they fill up crazy fast. So come here with completely empty bags if possible. Other than that, this farm also has some very good drops, in the form of Elemental Earth and Solid Stone, but also some Deep Rock Salt if that's worth anything on your server, and some Lifeless Stones and other vendor items as well. On top of that, these mobs are in the perfect level range to drop some very good epic items, but you're only killing 8 mobs per minute, so obtaining an epic could take some time. They also drop greens, which will yield some extra gold. Just from Elemental Earth and Solid Stone you can expect anywhere from 100 to 250 gold per hour from this farm, but what you actually get from it is completely dependent on the prices of those items on your server, and the knowledge of this farm. But from this farming session with my server's prices, Bud the Wiser was able to collect Elemental Earth and Solid Stones worth 95 gold in 25 minutes, so it's a 200 gold plus per hour farm on my server, and that is only counting the Elemental Earth and Solid Stones, not counting any of the vendor items or RNG drops. Oh yeah, I should also mention that this footage was sent to me by Bud the Wiser, who was kind enough to tell me about this farm and show it to me from his point of view. Since I don't have a level 60 paladin myself yet, it's only level 40. He also streams Classic WoW on Twitch, and you can find a link to his Twitch in the description down below. Seriously, go check out his Twitch, click that follow button, and let him know that I sent you. I'm sure it will mean a lot for him, and his voice is extremely comfortable to listen to, so I think you will enjoy his streams as well. Back to the farm itself though, it really is an infinitely repeatable, instanced gold farm with a pretty good loot table, and as a paladin you can just stand in one place, heal yourself, pop some rank 1 consecration, and you'll make tons of gold. I've had a chat with Bud about this, and we both also play mages, and yes, you can potentially make more gold as a mage, but the thing is, if you're boosting people, you have 4 people counting on you, and there's always some form of stress factor active while you're boosting. If you wipe once, especially in a boost like Maraudon, you just wasted like 20 minutes. And not just 20 minutes of your time, but 20 minutes of the time of those you're boosting as well, so you always feel the pressure to perform. But with this farm, you literally just stand in one place, press a button or two, and you make profit. And you actually make a lot of gold per hour as well. And speaking for myself, I would rather do this farm and watch YouTube or Twitch, and make 200 gold per hour while chilling, than being stressed out and making 250 or 300 gold per hour boosting people on my mage. So if you have a paladin, I would really recommend you check out this farming location and this farming method. Download Farmlog, which is an absolutely insane add-on to have for gold farming, and see how much gold per hour you're able to make here. Then tell me if you think it's worth it or not. The thing about all the items from this farm, or well at least the valuable items like Elemental Earth and Solid Stone, is that they will also increase in value during Phase 5 as well, due to the demand for them. So this is a good farm now, and it might potentially get better over time as well. Worst case scenario, it's a good farm now and will stay good forever. And here's the thing, me making this video on this farm won't really affect the prices too much, because think about this. Bots are farming Elemental Earth in Badlands 24/7, and have been doing so since literally the launch of Classic WoW, so the supply of Elemental Earth has always been insanely high, yet people still pay a nice chunk of gold for it. If anything, if Blizzard decides to actually take action against bots in Classic WoW, this farm would become even more valuable, as the bots would no longer overflow the market with thousands of Elemental Earth, so there are so many factors that could happen in the game, which would increase the value of this farm. But that being said, since Blizzard has made the changes so that when any other class tries to use the reset spot, they get teleported back to his feet, it's fairly obvious that they have tried to nerf this type of farm. So what could happen is that Blizzard notices players are doing this, and they decide to take action against it and actually fix it so paladins can't reset the boss either. In which case the value of this farm would go down, since you would have to actually kill the boss in order to reset, which really reduces the effectiveness of this farm. As for the spec used in this farm, it's usually a deep holy spec with some points into prot or ret as well, basically any healing or survival spec. Since once again dealing damage is not a problem, you just use rank 1 consecration and you keep yourself alive, so your talent build should really be based on survival and self-healing. And to do this optimally, you want to have some raid gear, and also have done the quest to obtain the Maraudon scepter also saves you some running time on your way in, so getting that scepter is definitely a good thing. Even more so if you're any other class than the paladin, since you'll have to go out and in of the dungeon a lot more often to actually reset, unless you have an ult to reset for you. So you know, there it is guys, a really awesome instant gold farm that you can actually repeat infinitely, as long as you're a paladin. And even as a warrior, you can actually do this for 20 minutes or more per loop before you reset the boss, since you can pretty much kite him around indefinitely, even though he is somewhat fast and the mobs he spawns are also a bit of a pain. To watch this farm from a warrior's point of view, I would actually just recommend watching anyone from Apes, as they have been farming this a bit recently, and to watch it from a paladin's point of view, you can once again check out Bud through the link in the description. Make sure you check out my Patreon for VIP access to a gold making Discord server for my patrons, join my official Discord through the link in the description, and make sure you click on one of the 2 videos you can see on the screen right now. Slap a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.